weekly man rush to get to church on time.
Eternal Savior, source of life and truth and grace, Word made flesh, whose birth among us follows all our human race.
Don't have to talk about that. Ashton, Khalil.
1820.
Hey, don't worry about it. Just take it.
22
Take a picture? Always, it's usually a vlog.
Always.
Always.
I never take pictures. This is a pure video camera. You can't take pictures on it. Temporary Chinese. I mean, that's the first time I've heard of that. Usually just traditional here at this church. Alright, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I do have a topic to talk about today, and that is worlds. And this was actually presented in my psych journal, but I want to elaborate on it a little bit. Okay? I'll start later. Well, I love going to church twice in a day, and especially because I have to kind of brush up on my Chinese before I leave for China, which is in less than 2 weeks. Yeah, I hope I can survive okay. Yeah, you'll see some of that in my vlogs. Anyway, I was with Julius's mom at first, Patricia, because my parents couldn't make it today, and she wanted to come to church, so I took her today. So, worlds. This is something that I kind of, there's really no like solid place to start. It's just a really general topic. The thing I want to say is, as I said in my psych journal, there are two different worlds that operate kind of within one another, not parallel. And one of them is the rational world. So it's best characterized by science, math, the kind of things that don't change a lot, the standard things in the world. And there's also the irrational world, which is, which science doesn't understand, of course. And these include things, like, well, I wish I had my psych journal with me because I can't really recall right now what I wrote. Things like theory of relativity. You could say that's science, but I don't know. Our science today isn't really like developed enough to be like really certain on things like that. Then there's like the end of the world and things like that. And there's a really big distinction that I want to make, and this is going to be pretty argumentative. I've noticed that in most of the things that I say in my vlogs, they're very sort of agreeable because they're just so general and not really argumentative, but this time I'm going to make a really controversial argument just so I could get more response. Not for the sake of becoming more popular, but for the sake of increasing discussion. I walked and walked, somehow ended up at my aunt's house again. So they were watching like the World Cup final, so I thought I'd just join in, and I don't know, it was okay, kind of anticlimactic. I don't know, I'm not really excited about watching sports, but whatever. The rational world is predictable, explainable, and somewhat consistent. Now that might kind of differ a little from what I said in my science vlog, where I said nature is dynamic. That's true, but that just means that science can change with it. It still is a valid and consistent and a reliable predictor, or organizer. But the other side of the world, the sort of world that includes the supernatural things. Now, the main principle of science is that you only accept something after you consistently can't disprove it. because there's nothing you can like prove for certain. I mean, you can't even prove that we exist. You know, this might all just be a simulation, like the Matrix. That's another topic on a different vlog that I'm going to do. This is why I kind of don't understand how some people can just be so quick to not accept some of these things in the supernatural world that may just potentially exist. You know, and I'm not saying that you know, we shouldn't be like good skeptical scientists, but you see, the thing about the world of science is it's very limited, and it doesn't expand beyond. It doesn't see beyond what is made to see, if that makes any sense. So, because its scope is limited, I think that sometimes we do need to think a little bit irrationally and not rely on you know, science as our pure kind of source of information. Well, time to steal the car again and go home. Long day. What time is it? I don't even know. Well, finally made it home in my half-asleep state, but yeah, that's good.